There are a few good qualities I greatly admire in President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, and I will list them as follows. Number one, his intellect. Of all those who have presided over Nigeria, IBB's intellect is unrivaled. Second, his family. He married only one wife. More importantly, has raised the most well-behaved children of any public servant in Nigeria at that level. I cannot recall any scandal from these children, and no matter how you abuse their father, these children just face their lives. Sometimes you are tempted to actually think the man doesn't have children, because we have in Nigeria today former governors, public servants. If you speak about or criticize their fathers who are maybe ministers or presidents or governors, they come at you viciously. They take it upon themselves to defend their parents. IBB's children, I have nothing on record of them ever doing this. I have not seen children of public servants at that level of former presidents who are so thoroughly well-behaved as President Babangida's children. And I respect him immensely for that. Now, third thing I admire about this man, IBB assembled perhaps the best cabinet team in all of our history to date. As he himself reeled out some of the names of his cabinet team last week, I couldn't help but marvel at the conglomeration of stars that comprised his cabinet. It says a lot about his self-assuredness to surround himself with those eminent individuals. And it seems to me, more than mere coincidence, that he read out the names of some of these directly beside the sitting president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as if to say to President Tinubu, Oloye, this is how you assemble a team. As he read out the names of some of his team members, it just seems to me, I had an uncanny feeling that IBB, the Maradona himself, was saying to President Tinubu, who sat on his right, that, Oloye, this is how you assemble a winning team. That thought can't leave my mind. Fourth thing I admire about him, some characters, I call them clowns, claim President Babangida is a coward. I laugh in pidgin. People speak out of sheer ignorance and buffoonery. I could list some, lots of instances to controvert this nonsense, but I'll mention just two. The Dimka coup, I mentioned earlier, that happened in 1976, that led to the killing of then head of state Murtala Muhammad. When Dimka and his men, after they killed Murtala Muhammad, they were hauled up at the NET building in Lagos, somewhere along Marina in Lagos. Now, who did the Chief of Army Staff, General T.Y. Danjuma, summon and ordered to go there and flush Dimka and his fellow coup plotters out of the place? Yes, President, then Colonel Babangida. Why? Because T.Y. Danjuma knew IBB's capacity. And from IBB's and other witnesses' accounts, IBB, went there and disarmed, Dimka, Colonel Dimka, who could have shot him dead. Dimka was drunk. And when he saw IBB come with, armored vehicles and soldiers, a gunfight could have ensued. In fact, he told IBB that, I could shoot you. IBB risked his life in that endeavor. That's the person you guys call a coward. Second, have you ever seen men, high and mighty men, tremble and revere a coward, as we all witnessed last week? Have you ever seen the high and mighty of any society tremble and revere one individual who has left power 32 years ago? IBB is not a coward. Don't get it twisted. Fifth reason why I admire IBB greatly. IBB's economic achievements was immense, and some endures even till today. Number one, he built the 11.8 kilometers third mainland bridge in Lagos in 5 short years. And that bridge, until 1996, was the longest bridge in the entirety of Africa, only surpassed after the October 6th bridge was built in Cairo in 1996. Second, IBB, I'm talking about his economic achievements. He planned and incorporated the Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas Company in 1989. And this remains Nigeria's only surviving and profitable business owned by the federal government till date as I speak here. Federal government goes to NLNG to borrow money. IBB incepted and initiated that business. IBB built Abuja. After the Awka coup in 1990, he moved to Abuja and built Abuja, laid the master plan, and built some of the infrastructure, especially in Amak, Abuja Metropolis. Importantly, IBB liberalized education sector, airline sector, banking sector, media sectors, with the admission or admittance of private sector players. Banks such as GT Bank, Zenith Bank, Access, FCMB, and so many others were all the consequences of his liberalization policy. And so were private media giants such as AIT Ray Power, Channels Television, DBN, Silverbird, and a host of others. And I could go on. The sixth and last thing I admire about IBB, he is a master in the art of power. He is a master in the art of power. IBB used political power to build men who have become real economic czars. Among these are Aliko Dangote, the richest African. That's why Aliko donated 8 billion at his book launch or at his presidential library fundraising last week. Abdul Samad Rabiu, another multi-billionaire in dollars, who donated 5 billion last week.